A lot of you may be thinking, hey, this guy's just a ripoff of Triggered Tro. Well, I am here to tell you that you are absolutely right. No matter how hard I strive, though, I will never be Triggered Tro. Today we are watching a video about a black woman who hates black people. This should generate some interesting comments.
I know a lot of people take issue with my beliefs. I'm white.
Well, you've got one more person taking issue with your beliefs.
I'm a Caucasian because everything about me is different from an African American. I have naturally straight hair. My hair isn't nappy. It doesn't require weave. My nose is not giant as like African Americans. My lips are perfect. They're not too big and they're not too small.
You sure you want to go there? Gosh, you gotta admit, at first I thought this girl's an idiot, but then she laid all the facts on the table. She's got straight hair, a small nose, and perfect lips. Karen, I was wrong. You're clearly as white as that shirt you're wearing.
Most African Americans speak ghetto, but when it comes to black people, I think they're all ugly and I have nothing in common with them. I'm different from African Americans because I'm white.
So Karen, we're gonna start this week's therapy session with a little summary of what we're all thinking. You're stupid. Okay, end of session.
I act and I think like a white person instead of a black person.
How exactly do you think like a white person? Like, do you order hamburgers instead of fried chicken? Don't worry, guys. It was just a joke. You probably already sent in your hate comment. That offended me.
Are you okay?
I'm irritated.
I'm sorry.
Wait a minute. That's her mom? How did that come from that? She's got to be adopted, guys. She just has to be adopted.
I tell my mom I'll never be like any of those Negroes.
Okay, Treasure, how are you this morning?
Pretty great. How are you?
He's Dr. Phil. He's got his own show on the Oprah Network. How do you think he's doing?
I'm all right.
That's great.
Now, you've been listening to everything we've talked about so far,
Yes,
right?
I have.
And is there anything that your mom has said or told me about that...
I have raised a monster. Forgive me.
Well, I mean, actually, yeah. You guys called me delusional earlier, and I feel like the only people
I did not call you delusional. I asked your mother if she thought you were delusional.
Yes.
Believe me, she does.
Yes, well, you asked her that question. I would like to clarify the fact that I am nowhere near delusional. I'm actually very capable and a very intelligent person, so I'm actually very capable and a very intelligent person.
I just had a great idea. Let me put a black and white filter over this clip real quick. See? Black, white. It's very simple.
Being delusional and being intelligent are not mutually exclusive.
Well, I feel like if you're being delusional, then you gotta be some type of retarded. And I'm not that.
Well...
Fried chicken. I'd like to apologize for that last statement. My brain was hacked. That is not what I said.
I have two things to say about that. Number one, that's absolutely just simply not the fact. And number two, using that word is very derogatory.
How should I know? I'm retarded.
So I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't use that word.
Yeah, well, okay, well, I'll understand, only because I'm a very respectful person.
I tell my mom I'll never be like any of those Negroes. But when it comes to black people, I think they're all ugly. If an African American is on the same street as I am, I'll cross the street to avoid their chaotic, thuggish ways. I believe that I'm completely and utterly better than them. Black people, they think in a criminal way.
This is the most respectful kid you could ever wish to have. I mean, look at her mom. She's crying with happiness. Oh, wait. No, she's not happy.
When you say that you believe yourself to be Caucasian, tell me why you believe that to be true.
Well, I know I'm a Caucasian because when I wake up in the morning, I just have such a great life.
Yeah, because if you're a black person, you obviously don't have a good life.
And that my hair is so perfect, my skin isn't ugly, and I'm not fat also, which is also a really African American thing.
What has this girl been reading? Like, I seriously want to know, where do you get this from? How has this girl not been murdered yet? I'm not saying she should be, guys. I'm just saying I don't understand how. So this girl goes on Dr. Phil in front of millions of people, and it's openly completely racist against black people, and I make one Mexican joke inside my Walking Dead video, and I get 4 dislikes. Yeah, it's kind of disproportionate, don't you think? I'm looking at you, Griggle Blues.
So, like, I'm just nowhere near like them, and plus they're so thug and criminal that I can't relate.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Dr. Phil, that's so funny.
I mean, that's just so riddled with ignorance, I don't even know how to respond. And I'm not saying it to be insulting. Ignorance doesn't mean lack of intelligence, it means lack of information.
But in this case, it does mean lack of intelligence. Just so that we're on the same page here.
I know I'm biologically white. I feel it through my veins and through my blood. I don't just think I'm white. I know that I'm white.
And I know you're retarded, but I didn't get to go on Dr. Phil.
And
There's no doubt in my mind.
Even though I have told you that your father was not your father.
Oh, hold on. What? Her father is not her father? Then who is her father? He must be some super ugly black dude, because now I know where she came from.
ethnicity, on the other hand, has to do with whether or not you identify with a particular group in terms of their culture and practices.
Well, I feel like you're wrong. You're completely wrong.
Dr. Phil is never wrong. And if you have a problem with that, then you can
catch me outside. How about that? And there's nothing. I feel it through my brains. Like, it's literally in my blood.
She feels it in her brains. It is literally in her blood. The issue is resolved, people. This is a white chick. We can all go home now. Finally. By the way, this is something like what went down between Miley Cyrus and Nicki Minaj at the VMAs. Yeah, this had a lot to say about me in the press the other day. What's good? Nicki, we're both in this industry and we both know how they manipulate. I'm having a hemorrhage. I think I took too many drugs last night. Hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like and subscribe if you did. And I hope I see you next week.